Aloha, y'all. It is Saturday, Saturn's Day, named after Saturn, clearly, etymologically, and ruled esoterically by Saturn, Kronos, Father Time, etc. It is the 14th of June, so the sun is in Gemini, the moon has just entered Aquarius. I will reference the astrology as we go through it, but the cards of the day are as follows. The Lover's card, which is the Gemini card, Gemini season. Another major arcana, the Chariot card. The very next sequentially is the Cancer card. There's the Cancer glyph, Chariot card, and we do have a shadow card from the Dante's Inferno deck called a Diabolical Warden. So let's go ahead and get into it. I've written music for all the major arcana. So I'm a Gemini, right? The Gemini season is happening. Yoga is the song I wrote for that, and Forward Momentum is the song I wrote for the Chariot. Check them out. I'll post them in the comments. Have fun with that. This has some porno sampling in the background. Just little yoga union sexy lovers thing going on here. I digress. So it is electronic kind of thing. So the Lover's card. This is an interesting card. Like I've said a few times now, if you're a Gemini, this is your card. So on page 34, seeking connection with others, blending opposing ideas into one, yin and yang, male and female. Right? Life and death, same coin, different sides. Making a choice, accepting yourself as you are and giving and receiving freely. On page 34, the Lovers, I am the gateway to divine love. Very North Node in Pisces. The Lovers govern the realm of relationship, connection with self or another, right? Sun in Gemini, Moon in Aquarius. How do we relate to ourselves? How do we relate to others? It asks us to consider different points of view so that we can, quote, relate to the issues at hand, rather than seeing things as black or white. Iran, Israel, protesters, cops, Trump, whoever dislikes Trump, and I don't like Trump necessarily, right? All this black or white. It encourages us to expand our point of view and see things as black and white. Two sides of the same coin. The Lovers are depicted in an urban landscape, illustrating that most of our lives are now being played out in urban environments. We have moved out of the garden into the city. Cities are gateways to new opportunities and experiences, diverse melting pots of culture, service, and learning. Sun in Gemini, Moon in Aquarius. Similarly, the gateway of the Lover's archetype can expand our point of view, experiencing how different or disowned qualities complement and contribute to a greater and more potent sense of being and possibility in the world. Mars and Leo, trining Chiron and Aries. It's like you got a light to shine. How is it working? Are you hiding it under a bushel? The Lovers' faces are taken from a work of art I, David D'Angelis, been on my podcast, I created for David Bowie, in 1997, also called The Lovers. Their nudity symbolizes their desire to be open and free, honest, soulful, and sensual beings that feel safe, honored, and appreciated in each other's presence. Jupiter in Cancer, Venus in Taurus. Open to revealing their shadow selves and receiving the light of awareness and acceptance. Mars and Leo, trining Black Moon Lilith in Aries. Or no, not Black Moon Lilith, Chiron and Aries, but Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio is opposite Venus in Taurus, so it's like, we've got to kind of integrate here. Experiencing the highs of love and the associated high level of dopamine in the brain, we can effortlessly fall in love with the self. Our beauty, innocence, and radiance reflected beautifully back to us by the, quote, other. We move with and beyond the ecstatic embraces, passionate, sensual, and embodied, to merge and become one, whole, and complete. And the reason I called it yoga is union, right? They're making love. They're one now, one flesh. The bees dance above the honeycomb, dripping with honey, the sensual and sweet food of the gods, on her honey pot. The ancient symbol of love and fertility, believed to be a powerful aphrodisiac and incorporated into many ritual practices associated with fertility and marriage. Venus in Taurus. The spider, a remarkable figure of feminine energy and creativity, whose skill in weaving her intricate web is a miracle of organic engineering, symbolizes weaving the web of life with her lover and the integration of all parts, light and dark, into a whole. The bullet holes are a stark reminder of a destructive power of love, the addiction to a lover, the addiction to an idea, even an identity, right? With the Sun in Gemini, with the Moon in Aquarius, we can disassociate a little and go, maybe I'm, all about Israel, but maybe I'm not a Zionist. Or maybe I'm all about Palestine, but I don't need to shoot somebody about it, right? I don't need to become part of the problem. Maybe I want, illegal immigrants to stay and ICE to go away, but I don't need to become part of the problem. Maybe I think that law and order and the rule of the land makes it clear that this is how you get in, but I have to, love my enemies, right? That kind of thing. So it's this integration point. That's the only way forward, which is the Cancer card, forward momentum. Inherent in the art of relationship is a two-way communication, Sun in Gemini, giving and receiving, expressing and listening, and when we realize that there are fuller gifts to give and receive beyond the passion of sexual love, love can then be transformed from the heat of desire for the other to a beautiful sharing and acknowledging of the gift of life embodied and mirrored in each other. As the depth of loving grows and matures, the acceptance of what will be, North Node and Pisces, moment to moment expands, and like the fountain of life in an overflowing cup, each gives for the sheer joy of giving, wanting nothing in return. Jupiter in Cancer, Mercury in Cancer. This card hums with positivity, balance, and harmony. So seek connections with others, blending opposing ideas into one. Make a choice, accept yourself as you are, and give and receive freely. Yeah, the protesters and the cops, they're of one thing. They don't even realize they're doing the dance. And what kind of honey are we making when we show up and create alchemy with others? So the clarifying card is the Chariot card. It's the Cancer card. So if you're a Cancer, this is yours. And this is about movement, right? Forward momentum. That's what I call the title of the song. On page 36, I'm confident that with discipline I will succeed. Saturn conjunct Neptune in Aries. It's like I as a self can make it work. I can make my dreams come true, climb every mountain, but I've got to put in the work and make the steps to make it so. Taking charge of your own destiny, seizing the moment and letting that momentum carry you forward. Finish what you've set into motion. Don't hesitate. You can do this. You can blend opposing ideas into one and create real alchemy, but you know, it takes work. You can't just sit there and expect it to happen. It's very easy to be undifferentiated. It's harder to differentiated, right? So it's very easy to go, I'm cool and you're a bad guy, and point fingers and all this stuff. And it's like, how do we get over that? Well, number 11, the Diabolical Warden. It's going to talk about fallen angels and stuff. On page 21, number 11, this is from the Dante's Inferno deck on Saturn's Day. We do a little shadow work. 11, Diabolical Warden. More than 1,000 who from heaven were cast. I saw above the gates who furiously demanded, who ere death on him has passed, holds through the region of the dead anyway. The journey, as Dante and Virgil reach the gates of the foul city of Dis, they are confronted by a horde of demons who demand that the living poet retreat back the way he came. Right? They're like, get out of here. We don't want you. Divination. Though they dwell in a pit of darkness, all demons retain some of the memory of the glory of their days in heaven. It is Black Moon, Lilith, and Scorpio opposite Venus and Taurus. It's like, we were beautiful once. Now we're, kicked out of the garden. It is the pain of this memory that causes them to lash out at all within their domain. The shadow is part of ourselves that we have buried deep down so that others cannot see it. Without realizing, we easily project it onto others. Consider, Sun in Gemini, Moon in Aquarius, consider whether intense emotions of anger may be born from a hidden or unhealed hurt within. Perhaps what you dislike in your enemy is a fragment of yourself. Open your eyes to see the shadow within, and it will not have power over you, right? So maybe Iran needs to realize that the Jews are just doing their thing, or the Jews have to go, you know what, maybe we shouldn't just try to kill everybody we disagree with, right? If we can integrate and alchemize the polarities, the male is not female, right? Even though they're related, we create that honey, that sweet alchemy. But we've got to make moves in that direction. And that means seeing it from a perspective and releasing, see her hands are open, releasing clutched perspectives, right? Uranus and Taurus trining Pluto and Aquarius is like a real upgrade mentally, and we can really float through the alchemy in a willfully cathartic way. Jupiter and Mercury in Cancer, Mars in Leo trining Chiron and Aries, North Node of Pisces. We can make it so we can rise higher, right? And rise to the occasion and rise up on our feet in such a way that we open our hearts and open our minds and really, like Daft Punk says, make love, right? So hopefully that's made sense. If it has, and you've enjoyed it, leave a tip. Obviously, if you've enjoyed it, somebody else might as well. So share it, tag somebody, whatever's clever. I give readings. They're 5 stars. You will get top shelf shit. So for an hour of cards, it's $50. For 3 hours of astrology, it's $150. If it is your birthday, you can get half off on either or both of those. So there's a birthday gift deal for you. And if you send someone my way, you get a referral discount of half off on cards. Check out the Team Rabbit Hole podcast, 315 episodes. They're pretty badass, if I might say so myself. We've had all sorts of people on. We just had a death doula on, so that's a fascinating conversation. And do check out the songs I wrote for the Lover's card and the Chariot card posted in the comments. On that note, enjoy your Saturn's Day, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Adios.